What is up, everyone? Welcome into the Golden Edge Mailbag. I am Ben Gotz. He is Adam Hill. We are part of your review journal Golden Knights coverage team. You can check us out live on Facebook here every week. You can also check out our podcast, which we also record every week, even this week while the Golden Knights are on a bye.
No bye week for us, Ben.
No bye week for us. No sleep. Remember, if you have questions, you want to hit us up. Our Twitter handles are there at the bottom. I am at Ben S. Goetz. He is at Adam Hill LVRJ. If you're into the email thing, you can also email me at bgotz@reviewjournal.com.
That's a fad, though. Nobody emails.
Nobody emails anymore.
No.
Very 2018.
Yeah.
We're all about 2019 here. We're moving forward. Well, not particularly, Adam, because we do have some stuff to talk about in terms of when the Golden Knights were last on the ice. That was last Wednesday.
There's some things happened. It's a long time ago. Some people may have forgot, but we're here to remind you.
We're here to remind you that some weird stuff happened in the Golden Knights game against the Nashville Predators. Notably, the fact that Predators defenseman P.K. Subban claimed he got bitten by Golden Knights center Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. And we actually got a comment on Twitter from here. Don't put your fingers in someone's mouth if you don't want les chomp.
Is that French?
That's French because
Okay.
Bellemare is French.
Okay.
That is from @BoDeezy. I don't necessarily.
Are you sure that's how you pronounce that?
I would roll with it because it
Bo
sounds fun.
Deasy. I like it. That's good.
But Adam, I don't necessarily disagree with this comment. But overall, that was just a very weird situation we saw play out.
It really was. Now, first of all, I do think it's true. If you put your fingers in someone's mouth, especially in the heat of the moment, like in a confrontation, I think they're most likely going to bite.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing to do. So for context, P.K. Subban, had Bellemare kind of in a headlock, had his right hand kind of around Bellemare's mouth. And so he came out of that when he tried to pull Bellemare up, claiming that his hand got bitten, where Bellemare's explanation after the game was, hey, he just stuck his fingers in my mouth and pulled up. What did he think was going to happen? Of course he felt my teeth.
Well, he more was like, well, he scraped his hand against my teeth was more
Right.
the explanation. Now, I don't know about you. I've tried to do this week. I've been obsessed. Have you tried it?
I have not, but probably don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah, I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying, in the interest of journalism, I was like, let me see if I can do it. I feel like you can't do it hard enough to actually hurt or draw blood. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I think there's something internally that's stopping me from doing it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm fully committing.
It's a very weird situation. Yeah. So you see Ryan Reeves there. Ryan Reeves also jumped into this because Subban was kind of chirping at Bellemare. Reeves stepped in. He said he just wanted Subban to stop shaking his hand because Subban just kept doing this.
What he's doing right there, he kept doing that.
For like 5 minutes or so. This was all at the end of the second period. Numerous penalties assessed. Subban got 2 minutes for roughing, got 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Reeves got 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. So we had a whole mess at the end of the second period. Ultimately, though, the NHL decides to not issue any extra discipline for this play, which I think was the right move. They said they didn't have any evidence of what actually happened, so basically they couldn't prove that Bellemare actually bit Subban.
Now, did he bite P.K. Subban? That's my question to you.
I'm not 100%. I think he probably bit down because for me that's just a reflex.
No, I'm going like 98% yes, he did.
Like if your adrenaline's going, it's the heat of the moment, it's an important game, and a guy just sticks his fingers in your mouth, like I would probably have a bad reaction too,
well,
just instinctively.
Is he going after your throat? Like is he trying to like get in there and then do some damage? I think naturally you just say, yeah, you're gonna bite down on the guy. I am convinced enough from talking to all parties involved and watching the replay 100 times that he did bite down. Now, I'm not saying that's like, whoa, he should be suspended or he should be
I don't blame him for that.
Not at all. Yeah. I think you can look at it in both ways and say, yeah, he probably bit him, and he probably doesn't deserve any discipline for it because it's just one of those things that happens and somebody puts their hand in their mouth and you bite down.
Yeah, also, P.K. Subban, why are you putting your hands in guys' mouths?
Yeah.
Weird move, bro. Weird tactic.
And this whole thing, and I think people kind of already know this, but just to let you know, the whole thing got even weirder, or is even weirder, based on the fact that P.K. Subban's brother plays for the Golden Knights.
Malcolm Subban, now, on injured reserve, so was not on the bench.
He was up in the press box.
Right.
But I would like to know. We're not going to get a real answer. If Reeves does go after Subban, and he did, and PK backed down, if that fight happens, Who's he cheering for? Who's Malcolm cheering for?
That's a good question.
I don't think we'll ever get a real answer. Now, I'll ask him. I don't think he's going to really answer it. I think, what do you say? What's the standard fate? I hope nobody gets hurt, I guess.
I hope nobody gets hurt. I think you got to cheer for your teammate, though, don't you? I mean, this is an
It's
important
your
game.
brother.
It's a Western Conference rival. He's not your brother in that ice sheet.
That's a tough one. That is a very tough call. And I think it's going to be tough to put him on the spot, but I really do want to know who deep down he would have cheered for.
All right, well, I could talk about this all day, but we should probably move on to another topic. We have a question. I'm sick of defenseman Colin Miller just constantly firing away from the blue line on every power play. Don't we have a plan B? That's from @MitchTam. Now, I looked this up, and while I see what he's overall going for here in terms of the Knights' power play has struggled recently, I don't think that's Colin Miller's fault.
No.
The team was 3 for 35, I looked this up, in the 13 games that Colin Miller was injured with an upper body injury. They are 2 for 12 since he came back, so the percentage is way up since Colin Miller came back because he's got that great shot in the power play. He can create rebounds. He can create tips and deflections. But overall, that still is an overall picture of the Knights are struggling on the power play. They are, I believe it is 5 of their last 47, which is about 10.64%. For comparison, the Montreal Canadiens are at 13% as a team, and that is last in the NHL. So not good for the Knights' power play, Adam.
No, certainly not good. And listen, again, as you said, you can understand where this question is coming from when you see, defensemen, especially Colin Miller, who's at the top. He's at the point of the power play. He gets the puck, fires it on net. But, I can see that it's frustrating, but at the same time, you're generating opportunities. He has such a good shot. It's such a hard shot. It can create things in front. Either you're forcing guys to block it, or if it gets through, you're creating a little bit of chaos in front of the net. I understand you want to work the puck around. You want to get better angles. You want to get better shots. That's always the goal and always the key to a power play. But at the same time, getting the puck on net, it can create some damage to the other team and can break them down a little bit. And like I said, maybe you take 2 of those and the guy blocks them. He doesn't want to block them again, and then pucks start getting through. So there is a method to the madness. It's not just arbitrarily firing pucks on the net. They're working towards something.
Right, and it'll be interesting to see what changes they maybe make to the power play after the break here because they are in this prolonged slump. You have Riley Smith, who's on injured reserve. If he's healthy, he's probably going back on one of their 2 power play units. It'll be interesting to see what other kind of maneuvers they might make to spark something. But yeah, as you said, I definitely don't think Colin Miller is the issue there.
No.
Have another question. What's with forward William Carrier? That is from @Dreitzer Mike. Carrier is a very weird situation, Adam, because he was put on injured reserve on January 7th, I believe, and Coach
wasn't feeling well.
Coach Gerard Gallant told us, well, he literally said the word illness.
Yes.
Gerard Gallant did when they did that. But we spoke to General Manager George McPhee, us as being the royal we in terms of the media, last Tuesday, and McPhee painted a different picture.
He did. He said he's injured.
He has an injury. He was feeling sick basically that particular day.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling, because there is a new thing that has developed. We know upper body, lower body. We know those are designations now in the hockey world, and we understand that's what we're going to get out of the Golden Knights. But then there has now been the new not feeling well designation, which has been used multiple times. And as you said, that was what was assigned to Will Carrier when he was first out. It was mentioned specifically illness, as you said, and then the clarification was, and I'm just rehashing what you just said, I don't know why, was, hey, listen, this is now an injury. He was only not feeling well that particular day. So the bottom line on this, he'll be back when he's back, just like every other player. That's what we get. And we have to know going forward that not feeling well can mean anything.
Yeah, so definitely kind of a weird situation. Will Carrier, obviously a big part of that 4th line. He actually still leads the NHL in hits, despite the fact that he's been out basically about 3 weeks now, which is kind of crazy. Also, Christopher Green, I see you in the comments with the hi, fellas. Hi back.
What up?
Thanks for watching. We have another thing to get to. This is from @TimAlbitz. He is commenting on the Golden Knights' new intro package, which they debuted in their game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Good, ... But I loved the original intro. Adam, where do you stand on the Golden Knights intro packages? They started with something new at the beginning of this year, and they brought back the sword in the stone. They've had that for their past 3 home games. Which one do you like more?
Can I say none of the above?
That's technically an option.
Yeah, that's the answer. I appreciate what they're going for. I think it's over the top. It's theatric, and I get it, and I think that's really good for a lot of people. Maybe it's just because we have to watch it all the time. I don't know. I think I get it, and I I know why it's popular and why people all over the league look at this as, hey, that's something that we want to kind of strive toward, to include people in the game from the time they sit down, not just when the puck drops. So bravo for all the attempts. I was very troubled by some of the plot holes in this new video, the movie essentially that's going on, where Washington kind of like stole the power during the Stanley Cup Finals last year, I think, and then I don't know. Bill Foley's out there on a helicopter. It's a whole production. It's a whole big to-do. Good job. The in-arena production is unbelievable at T-Mobile Arena. It's great. It really is. And listen, I don't think this is geared to me. I think there's a lot of other people that are very entertained by it and everything else. But I do have a lot of questions about the plot, and hopefully we can talk to Bill Foley again and really break that down.
Oh, there you go. I do like this new one a little bit better. I think the Sword and the Stone is a little bit easier to follow than what they had before, where they kind of had this sword fight that didn't totally work for me.
Yeah.
And I like Bill Foley on the video screen.
The Top Gun shades, pulling off the sunglasses. Yeah.
He gets a nice round of applause from the crowd, and I think he puts in a nice performance as himself. It's movie award season.
Wait, is it himself? Or is it
I think it's himself.
Okay. I don't know if it was an actual general of the Army. I'm not sure. Is there generals in the Army? I don't. I actually don't know.
Shout out to Bill Foley. I think for your consideration, it's a good performance.
You think better than Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born?
I did not see that actually, so there you go.
Okay.
All right, we got some more questions in the comments. Patrick Smith, when are we going to fix our power play? We talked about this a little bit earlier in the video, Patrick. I don't know when it's necessarily going to get fixed. Like I said, the return of Riley Smith, I think, could help them out a lot on that end. I think Brandon Peary might also need a break. He looked a little tentative, or he was trying to force things a little bit too much the last couple games. So there are a couple little tweaks that they could make, but I don't think they're going to overall overhaul the system. Rochelle Richards asked, hi Rochelle, happy birthday by the way. I've seen an awful lot of photos floating around of Haula out of his knee brace. Does that mean he might be making a return to the ice soon? Not sure about those photos, but I don't expect Eric Haula back with this team anytime soon.
He's on vacation right now.
He's on vacation. Yeah. Bye week, it's important. Yeah. George McPhee did touch on this when he met with the media last week. He once again called Haula's situation a unique injury.
Month to month.
Month to month. I would not want any doctor to ever describe what I have as unique.
No, you want, when you go in again, you want them to say, oh yeah, I've done this all the time. I've seen this many, many times. When they say it's unique and they're calling other hey, come on, you got to see this. You don't want that in any medical situation.
Right, so it's a unique injury. They said it's very unique in terms of hockey. Like, not a lot of hockey players get this injury. So I think they're really going to slow play it with him and make sure that if he does come back this year, he will be fully recovered and there will be, no danger of re-injuring himself. George McPhee didn't necessarily rule him out for the remainder of the year, so he kind of left that door open that Haula might come back at some point this year. But right now, I have no indication that he's going to come back anytime soon. Dustin Martin, I love this question. When are we ever going to have a Star Wars night? I mean, come on. It's marketing genius if you think about it with the Knights, Jedi Knights. I agree, Dustin. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I'm on board with this. Adam, I think you are less of a diehard than I am.
I'm already lost. I've never seen a single one. I don't really know anything about it. If you guys say that it fits in well, I mean, I guess Knight
totally does.
Jedi
Knights.
Yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic, also a great video game.
I'm going to leave this to others to make a decision on this one.
A lot of Knight stuff going on with Star Wars, so it would be a good one. We'll leave this video, hopefully on that good note. Just a reminder, he's at Adam Hill LVRJ. I am at Ben S. Goetz on Twitter. You can also email me questions at bgoetz, G-O-T-Z, at reviewjournal.com. We are here every week to take your questions and to show you that guy. Apparently.
He's telling you, bring your questions
this way.
I like it.
Apparently. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember to tune in to our podcast, too, each week. You can find it on iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcasts. For Adam Hill, I'm Ben Goetz. Thanks for watching.